Hi yogis, welcome back. My name is Katie and this class is all about our warrior poses. We're going to look at all three, warrior 1, warrior 2, warrior 3, and our humble warrior. We're also going to throw in a reverse warrior as well. So we're going to look at each of the poses individually, fine tune them, and then we'll put them together in a really nice sequence. All the warriors, get yourself ready. We're going to start just standing in Tadasana at the top of your mat. Once you're there, let's get going. At the top of your mat in Tadasana, stand with your feet about hip distance apart and parallel. Imagine that you're stood on the number 11. Just let the arms rest down alongside your body and just slightly rotate your biceps open so your palms face forwards. Feeling the ground underneath your feet. Pull up your thighs, pull your belly button in and slightly engage your glutes. Take a nice big breath in through your nose. And exhale out the mouth. Inhaling through the nose. And exhale out the mouth. One more breath in. And deep breath out. Inhaling arms forwards and up to the sky. As you exhale, open the arms out wide and bring your hands back down. Inhaling the arms forwards and up. Exhale the hands back and down. Inhaling your arms forwards and up one more time. And exhale back and down. Inhaling your arms, reach up to the sky and just hold your arms touching palms overhead. Breathe in one more time. And as you exhale, take a nice big side bend over to the right. Inhaling, come back through center. And exhale, side bend over to the left. Inhaling, grow tall. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhaling, grow tall. And exhale to the left. One more time, breathing, grow tall. Exhale, side bend. One last time, lift up. And you take it to the left. Inhaling through center. Drop your hands behind you and just relax the hands at your back. Interlace the fingers. Take a little microbend through the knees. Lengthen your elbows back. Inhale. And as you exhale, fold forwards. Just releasing the shoulders. Keep the interlace of your hands as your arms stretch away. Soft through your knees. Let your head get real heavy. Nice big breath in. And big breath out. Just gently easing the arms as far away from your body as you can. One more breath. Relax your hands to the ground. And take an inhale, rising to your halfway lift, sliding hands up the shins. Exhaling, soften the knees and fold back over the legs. 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen to your halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhaling halfway up. And exhale, hands to the ground. Step back to your high plank. From here, drop the knees to the ground and relax the top of the feet, moving into half plank. Take an inhale, push the floor away, drift the shoulders forwards. Exhaling, bend the elbows, chest all the way to the ground. Inhaling, rise up through the shoulders. Little baby cobra, squeeze the back of the body and soften the head to the ground. Pushing onto the knees, tuck under the toes, downward facing dog. Send your hips up to the sky. And you might need to adjust your downward dog. I always like to start with quite a wide stance in downward dog. It just gives the back of the legs some space. And feel free to have a little wiggle here on the spot. Bend and stretch through one leg at a time. Allow the hips to roll. Kind of anything that feels good. Couple more breaths. Finding stillness now in your downward dog. Stay nice and soft through the knees. Relax your feet. Pushing into all 10 fingertips. Nice and straight with the arms. Breathe in. And exhale. Sending the gaze forwards. Slowly walk your feet to the top of your mat. And when you get to the top, just separate your feet nice and wide. Turn out the toes. Sit your bottom towards the ground into your yogi squat, Malasana. So just coming as deep as your body allows. Make sure knees track with toes, so pivot the feet as you need. And perhaps just draw hands to heart center. Shoulders rolling away from the ears, tailbone towards the ground. Do not worry if your heels are lifted here, absolutely fine. Just getting a little bit of space into the hips. So this little warm up, we've got one more round to do before we get into our warriors. When you're ready, release your hands to the ground. Keep your feet as they are and just fold forward. So send your bottom to the sky and your head to the ground. Lengthen out the back of the legs. From here, we return to our yogi squat. Bottom comes down. Head lifts, hands come together at the heart. Forward fold, hands to floor, send your bottom up, lengthen out through the legs. One more time, into your yogi squat, sit down. And send it up, forward fold. From here, just turn your toes in so the edges of your feet line up with the edges of your mat. Halfway lift, lengthen your upper body, hands draw up the shins. And as you exhale, just slide your hands to the outside of your ankles. Little bend through the knees if needed, shoulders away from ears, open your elbows nice and wide, and just encourage your tummy between your legs. Doesn't have to be super strong in this forward fold. We're still just warming up the body. Inhale. And exhale. Releasing the hands, bend through the knees. Start to curl up through the spine to stand nice and tall. Give a little shrug of the shoulders when you reach the top. And then we heel toe our feet back to hip distance into Tadasana. Inhaling, the arms go forwards and up. Exhaling, straight to your forward fold, soften the knees. Inhale through halfway lift. Exhaling, hands to ground. Inhale, step back to your high plank. Option to drop the knees or keep lifted in your high plank. Drift your shoulders forwards. Inhale. Exhale, chest to floor or chaturanga. Onto the tops of the feet, rise up the chest, cobra, or lengthening the arms, upward facing dog. Lifting the hips up to the sky, downward facing dog. Soften the knees. Push your chest back towards your thighs as you pull your belly button in. Nice breath. Just two more here. One more breath in. We're going to get into our warriors. Sending the right leg up to the sky. Point through the right toes if you can and just feel that length between both legs. Try and keep your right hip on the same line as your left if you can. Inhaling here. As you exhale, step your right foot forwards in between the hands. Squeeze through your inner thighs. Hips are nice and square. Start to lift your arms up and overhead into high lunge. And then from here, we're going to ground the back heel to the floor. You might need to ever so slightly shorten your stance. We want about 45 degrees on this back foot. Make sure that back heel is grounding to the floor. Arms stay nice and long. Keep trying to bend into your front knee. So sometimes we can get a little bit archy through the back here. So keep pulling your belly button in and lengthening the tailbone down your back. Grow nice and tall up through the rib cage, top of the head. Warrior one. Keep facing forwards, hips nice and square. Feel that calf stretch down the left-hand side. Take a nice big breath in. And exhale. Moving to your warrior two, shift your weight to your front foot and just take a big step back with that left foot. We spin the back heel to the ground and open the arms out nice and wide. As the arms open, take the left side of the rib cage with you, so it should feel like a little twist. So looking down at your feet, you want to make sure that your front foot slices your back foot in half. This back foot, your little toe edge parallel with the back of your mat. Pressing a little bit deeper into your lunge, there should be a line of sight to your big toe past your knee, the inner knee. So you want to feel as though you're wrapping this front thigh outwards, kneecap towards little toe. Squeeze your butt cheeks, it'll help. We extend the arms out wide, feel the energy through your fingertips, and maybe just pull this left arm back a little bit. Sometimes we can get a little forwards with the chest. Pull with that left arm. Relax your shoulders down, and it's just a turn of the head. Gaze over your right middle finger. One more breath in here. Pull that belly button in. Find your inner strength. Very nice, guys. We reverse it from here. Flip your front palm. Relax your left hand softly on your back leg and send your right arm up to the sky. Nice big side bend here. So feel like you're just creating space all the way down the right side of the body. Try not to lose the lunge in your front leg, and at the same time, lengthen this left hip back and down in space. One more inhale. Keep the turn out of your front knee. From here, let's windmill the hands down. Frame your front foot. Roll onto back toes. Step back to high plank. Breathe in. And as you exhale, bend the elbows, chest to floor or chaturanga. Onto the tops of the feet, cobra or upward dog. And then just relax the knees, child's pose. If you want downward dog, feel free to head there instead. Inhaling for 3. Just letting the hips sink to the heels. Inhaling for 2. Gather your breath, gather your thoughts, your focus. Moving to our second side. Downward facing dog all together. Left leg goes up to the sky. Inhale. And as you exhale, just feel that right heel sink to the ground. Left hip in line with right. Push into both arms. Inhaling once more. The exhale takes left foot to the top of the mat. Rise up to your high lunge. Arms sweeping overhead. And as before, into warrior 1, just ground your back heel to the floor. Try not to lose too much distance between your feet. And you want to also check you're not stood on a tightrope. Sometimes our feet can be one behind the other. Have a little bit of width between the 2 feet. Those right toes point to about 2 o'clock, and you're driving through that back heel. Bending into your front knee, pull the belly button in. Relax the shoulders, gazing forwards, and feel like your outer hips are drawing together. So the left outer hip pulling back, right outer hip going forwards. Inhaling here, one more breath. To your warrior 2, step that right foot nice and deep behind you, spin the back heel to the floor, and we open the arms wide. Again, check your feet. So you might need to adjust your front foot so that it slices your back foot in half. Back foot is parallel with the back of your mat. And you can afford some space here, depending on your flexibility through the inner thighs and the hips. You can take this stance quite wide. Once you've turned that left thigh out and you're headed towards the little toe, try and get left knee over ankle. So you've got a nice vertical shin. Pull open the right side of the ribs, little twist. Arms extend, feel energy through to the fingertips. Crown of the head is going up to the sky. You're not leaning forward, so pull the ribcage back if you need to. Gaze over that left middle finger. One more breath, hold it. Strength in those legs. It's not a warrior pose because it is a soft pose. Very good. We reverse it. Flip that front palm. Relax your right hand. Left arm goes up to the sky. Try and keep your legs really solid. Lean through the left side. Breathe into that space. Anchor your right hip down. One more breath in here. And then we recover. Windmill both hands to the ground. Frame your front foot. Step back to high plank and flow through vinyasa, drifting forwards. Always the option to lower the knees as you bend the elbows tight to the body. Inhale. And again, returning to child's pose or your downward dog, your choice. We take 3 breaths. Gather yourself in. Just let those poses feel in the body. One more breath wherever you are. We're going to move it on to warrior 3. So we come up to downward facing dog. And we're just going to take the right leg to the sky and step it straight forwards in between your hands. Nice runner's lunge. From here, we're going to stay down over the front leg, fingertips to the floor, and just stretch as far forwards to the top of your mat as you can. You start to shift the weight onto your right foot until there's nothing left in that left foot and it can float off the floor. To begin with, do not worry about how high the leg goes. Flex your left ankle so all 5 toes point to the floor. And with your fingertips down, that allows you time to look at your left toes. And notice if they're kind of swiveling out a little bit. Sometimes we naturally turn out the foot depending on our skeleton. Can you point that big toe at the floor? So your inner thigh is turning up to the sky. And then squeeze muscle to bone, super tight. Once you have that down, send the crown of the head forwards. Find your balance on the right leg, and can you pull your hands together at your heart center? And you want to feel like you're switching your back muscles on here. Hold your balance for 3. Keep it going. 2. Notice this back leg. Keep it in line. And 1. Just lower that left foot to the back of your mat and release into a lunge. Very good. So we're going to ground that back heel to the floor. Think 45 degrees, similar to warrior 1. From warrior 3, we're going to go straight to our humble warrior, the last in our warrior series for this class. Just start to move your right foot a little bit wider to the right-hand side of your mat. Keep the bend, soft bend in that front knee. Send the arms up and look forwards. Circle the arms behind you and interlace the hands behind your back. So you can afford a little extra length in your humble warrior, depending on how the legs feel today. Extend through the elbows, breathe in, and as you exhale, bow forwards, encouraging your shoulders inside your front leg. Dropping the head down, trying to reach your arms away from your body. So a couple of things tend to happen in our humble warrior. To get the shoulders inside that right thigh, maybe your bottom is kicked out to the right-hand side a little bit. Can you swivel so that your bottom points to 6 o'clock, the wall behind you, and your head comes closer towards your right ankle? Try and think 12 till 6. Stay on your center line. Well done, guys. Extra little bit of pressure through your back heel. Last breath in here, strong legs. Very good. Release the hands down inside your front foot. Just roll onto your back toes. Gently lower your back knee to the ground. And then just rise up onto your fingertips. We'll just take one half split to release that. So as much as your body allows, just draw the hips back, straightening out your front leg. Take a nice big inhale where you are. And exhale. Gently rocking forwards. Step back to high plank and take a vinyasa. Always the opportunity to practice your chaturanga. Drop the knees if you need a little less weight through the shoulders. As you bend the elbows, they hug the rib cage. Roll up through the shoulders. And then either child's pose or your downward dog. Taking 3 breaths, reset, recover. The breath is the most important part of your practice. And it should never feel as though it's getting away from you. If that's the case, take a pause. Recover your breath. Coming to the left-hand side, downward facing dog. Left foot goes up to the sky and you step it forwards in between your hands to your runner's lunge. Again, stay low. We're going to reach as far ahead of us as we can. This is to make sure that we're still lengthening the upper body. Weight starts to shift onto your left foot and you float your right foot off the floor. Flex the ankle and then look at those right toes. And again, we want them to point directly to the ground. So your inner thigh spins up and your outer hip rolls down. Squeeze that leg super strong, super tight. Once you have that, extend the crown of the head forwards, lengthen your arms. Finding your balance, start to release the weight from your fingertips, pull your hands to your heart center, and at the same time, just lift your chest ever so slightly. Back body starts to engage. Head to heel, nice and long. 2 more breaths, hold it. Focus on that balance. Last one. Toes come to the back of the mat. Into a nice lunge, arms go up and overhead. So as before, humble warrior, our last one in the series. Spin your back heel to the floor about 45 degrees. Move your left foot a little bit wider to the left-hand side. This gives you space when you come to bow the shoulders down. Hands behind you, interlace fingers, look forwards. So you want to really square your shoulders, your ribs, and this right outer hip forwards. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, take the bow. Shoulders inside your front leg. Arms reach up and away. And just relax your head. Once again, we want to notice if we're kicking out your bottom to the left-hand side, can you scoop that left hip underneath you? Encourage left ear to left ankle. Arms away from the body, legs are really strong here. Maybe you can take the lunge a little bit deeper. Well done. Inhale, last breath. And exhale. Relax your hands inside that front foot. Take your time. Roll onto your right foot to square off. Gently lower your back knee to the floor, sliding the hips back. And just enjoy a little stretch here. Rocking forwards, move through your vinyasa. Step to high plank. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhaling, downward dog or your child's pose. So now we've explored kind of the key alignment of our warrior series of poses. We're going to put them together in a really nice little sequence, just so we can see how they flow quite nicely one to the other. Take a nice big breath in and exhale. Downward facing dog, here we go. So in downward facing dog, take the right leg up to the sky. Step your right foot forwards in between the hands. Lift your head and arms into your high lunge, rising up. Bring your palms to touch overhead and draw hands to the heart center. Leaning forward, start to shift your weight into your warrior three. Float your back leg off the floor. Focus on keeping that left big toe pointing to the ground. Hold it here, one more breath. We slowly lower left toes to the back of the mat, warrior one. Spin the heel to the ground, extend your arms up and overhead. Just that 45 degrees on the back leg, keep facing forwards. Release the hands and open up through the chest. Inhale and exhale. From here, hands move to hips, straighten your front leg, adding in our pyramid pose. Start to hinge at the hips and fold forwards. Either pausing here parallel to the ground or releasing the fingertips to the floor if you can fold a little bit deeper. One more breath in. Keep the outer hips hugging towards each other. Exhale. Start to lift up your head and soften your front knee. Return to your warrior one. Big step out to warrior two. Spin that back heel 90 degrees. Pivot the chest and open the arms. Gazing over your front fingers. Take an inhale, straighten both the arms and the legs, reach up. Exhaling, warrior two, rebend the knee. Inhale, legs and arms straight. Exhale, warrior two. One more time, inhale, legs and arms straight. And we exhale to your warrior. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior, lean back. And from here into side angle, adding in an extra pose, right forearm to thigh, backhand sweeps up to the ceiling, perhaps even slightly diagonal forwards. One more breath in here. And then return to your warrior two. Straighten that front leg once again, reach up, turn the right toes in, and just bow forwards into a wide leg fold. Just bringing the hands to the ground, perhaps moving them in line with the feet if that's available. Take a nice big breath in here. And exhale. Softening into the knees. Slowly curl up through the spine. Open the arms out wide. Pivot the right toes forwards to your warrior two. Take your right foot a little bit wider to the right hand side. Spin your back heel away. Hands come behind you. Last one, humble warrior. Look forwards, inhale. And as you exhale, bow the head inside that front hip. Inhaling for 3. Keep that right hip underneath you. Strong through the legs. Last breath in. Well done. Release the hands to the ground, inside front foot. Roll onto the left toes as we did before. Gently lower the back knee to the ground and slide the hips towards the wall behind you, half split. Inhaling here, grow a little longer through your upper back and exhaling to fold. Rock forwards, plant the hands to the ground. Inhale to your high plank and exhale through vinyasa. Chaturanga, upward dog, and downward dog. We're going to head straight to the second side. Left leg goes up to the ceiling. Step it forwards in between the hands. Rise the arms up and overhead, high lunge. Palms touch at the heart center. Find your balance, warrior 3. Drift the crown of the head forwards. Float your right leg off the floor, flex the ankle. Right big toe points to the ground, hips are nice and level, pull up your belly button. Find your balance, just gazing at the floor, one more breath. Well done. Right toes come to the back of the mat, into your warrior one. Send the arms up, ground your back heel, slight turn out of the toes. Just part the arms, belly button pulls in, deepen that lunge through your front leg. Take a nice big inhale here, face forwards. Hands move to the hips as you straighten your front leg. Adding in pyramid, tailbone moves back, crown of head forwards. Start to fold down your left thigh. Again, perhaps stopping halfway, or maybe releasing the arms and heading towards the ground. Inhale, one more breath. And exhale. Softening your front knee, rise up. Warrior one moves into warrior two. Make it a little bit bigger. Open the arms out wide. Turn that right rib cage open. Take an inhale, straighten the arms and the legs. Little check of the feet, make any adjustments. Exhale, rebend that front knee. Inhale, arms up, legs straight. Exhale, bend the knee, kneecap to little toe. One more time. Arms up, straighten the legs. Return to your warrior two, hold it there. Flip that front palm, reverse it. Left arm high, big side stretch. Into your side angle, left forearm to left thigh. Right hand sweeps up and over. Keep strong through the glutes, through the legs. Shoulders down your back. Inhale. Rising back up, straighten your front leg. Turn the left toes in. Fold forwards. This time you might choose to catch your ankles. Gaze between the legs. Shoulders roll away from the ears. One more breath in. Soften the knees if needed. Relaxing the hands. Soften the knees and roll up through the spine. Open the arms out wide. Turn the left toes forwards, warrior two. Left foot moves a little bit wider as we head towards humble warrior, our last one. And your back heel spins away. Hands behind you, face forwards. Inhale. As you exhale, bow shoulders down inside your front foot. Keep strong through that right little toe. Left hip underneath you. Yes, inhaling here. And exhale. Relax the hands to the ground inside your front foot. Turn onto the right toes and gently lower the back knee down. Straightening front leg, hips slide back just as much as you can. Inhale, length. And exhale, fold. Rocking forwards. Come back to your lunge and your final vinyasa. Step back to high plank. Nice and easy. Bend the elbows onto the tops of the feet. Rise up. And we go to child's pose. Just melting the hips back to the heels. Relax your arms. Encourage your forehead towards the floor. From here, maybe closing the eyes. And exhale. Just catch your breath. Let your hips melt towards your heels. One more nice long inhale. And exhale. Start to move the hands under the shoulders, lifting up your head to come sit on your heels. And then just slide off the hips. Sweep the legs around in front. And just scooch forwards to the top of your mat. Sending the arms forwards. You can use your hands to support this if you need it. Otherwise, point your toes, pull your belly button in, start to kill through the spine to lie down. Last little bit of work. Really feel like those abs are switched on. Reach for your toes, working through your lower back, middle back, until the shoulders hit the ground. Take a nice big stretch, reach the arms up and overhead. And then just bending into the elbows, send the arms out wide. Bend both knees and plant your feet to the floor, a comfortable distance apart and not too close to your body. Start to gently sway the knees side to side. Just a little twist to finish. Letting this just release any tension and tightness from that practice. And this also gives us a moment to head towards rest mode. A short Shavasana to finish. When you've had enough twisting, just let your knees come back to center. Hug them to your chest. One last little squeeze. Inhale. And as you exhale, Shavasana. Just find a shape on the floor that allows you to completely and utterly relax. Close your eyes. Take a nice big breath in. Let it go. From here, just start to melt into the ground. Let your breath get softer and more quiet. And just take this final moment to feel calm as you draw towards the end of your practice. Start to deepen your breath. Adding a little wiggle of the fingers and the toes, you slowly wake up. Enjoy once again a nice big stretch. Hug your knees in. Gently roll over to one side and using a hand, just push up to a comfortable seated position. From there, perhaps leaving the eyes closed or just dropping the gaze towards the ground. Notice how you now feel. Thank yourself for the time and the energy you've given to your practice. We close with our palms together at the heart, bowing down. Namaste. Thank you so much for tuning into this video, everybody. I hoped you enjoyed a little more alignment-focused look at our warriors, our warrior poses. I would love for you to subscribe and share and tag me and comment and all of those things to help me kind of spread my videos to reach more people so we can get a nice community for this online yoga. Thank you so much again tuning in, guys. I'm Katie. You can find me in the DMs if you have any questions. Otherwise, guys, I will see you in the next video.